So yesterday I posted a video from 2023 showing a tip I know about how to measure this wire without cutting the tape off and having to roll it out. So not surprisingly, when I posted it in 2023, I got some complaints and I got the same complaints again, so let me respond again. So the way the trick works is you measure the diameter of this wrap, multiply it by 3. That tells you an estimate about how long it is around the circle, and you multiply that by the number of wraps, and you have an estimate for the length of the wire. And just like in 2023, a bunch of people called me out for dropping the 0.14. I'll show you what I said to them in 2023. Right there was my mistake. Thank goodness for the helpful commenters who came up and pointed out to me, it's not 3, you silly goose. It's 3.141592654. What was I thinking dropping the 0.14 during the math for this helpful handy tip on how to estimate wire in your head? So after deep soul searching and much consideration, I've decided to repost that tutorial after factoring in their criticisms. Spoiler alert, I've decided to keep the tip a helpful handy thing you can do in your head and ignore those psychos and continue to drop the 0.14. Now I'd like to add, it's 0.14. Pi is for circles. That's a sloppy oval hand wrap, and we're just trying to get an idea for about how long the wire would be, not the exact measurement. So then I had people bring up Dustin's trick for measuring the resistance of the wire. Let me just show you the original beginning of the video versus the 1-minute edit I took out for the repost.
You want to know the most gangster electrical trick that I've ever learned from an old man? Check this stuff out.
That is indeed a very good video. Everybody I know sent me that video, asking how come I don't make videos like that. My current apprentice sent me that video, an apprentice I had 15 years ago sent me that video, and even my wife sent me that video. So clearly I already knew about the resistance trick. This was for an alternative method for shorter pieces of wire, because if you don't know, that chart in the back of the NEC is for ohms per 1,000 feet of wire. That's a 40-foot piece. I do not own a meter that will tell me whether that is a 35-foot piece or a 42-foot piece based on its resistance. Maybe I'm using my meter wrong. Maybe you guys have a fancy meter, but that seems like a hell of a lot more work to strip out the ends, measure this, get a calculator out. This was supposed to be a quick tip for giving you a rough estimate of how long the wire was to see if it's worth breaking the tape to see if it makes it. The other way this relates to the resistance trick, and I already knew it, is Nehemiah from InPower Electric did a video asking about the resistance trick. So when I saw Nehemiah was trying to apply the resistance trick to a shorter piece of wire, it made me think the tip I knew might work easier for his short piece of wire. So I posted a link to the video where I showed the tip. And some of the people said, hey, that's a TikTok link. Do you have an Instagram link? I don't have TikTok. And that's when I realized this video is from before I had Instagram, when I only had TikTok. So I took a 1-minute edit out of the middle, reposted it, not thinking it was going to get a lot of views, but just so I had an active Instagram link to post in Nehemiah's comment section. So I had all the criticisms people gave me in the comment section. I had already been through 2.5 years ago. So I just found it funny that history repeats itself and nobody had any new ideas. But all right, thank you very much.